I think most therapists do not have a marketing problem. What they have is a messaging problem, which makes all of their marketing kind of fall flat. We talk about who we want to help, we talk about our methods, but we forget to talk about the outcomes. Clients aren't necessarily just looking for a modality, they're looking for hope. That is the first thing we do as therapists is we instill hope. And we should be doing that in our marketing message. But why don't we do this? I think it comes from our ethics codes that say you can't make false claims or guarantees. And that has caused us to pull so far back that we aren't speaking to any transformational value of the therapy other than like feel good again or really vague, broad, statements about joy and alignment. And this is why people don't really understand what to expect from therapy. That's why when they show up and they don't know what to expect, then they're less likely to stick through to the end of treatment. They have a hard time investing in something that isn't quite clear. So what do? We need to speak to the transformation, the clinical outcomes that we are seeing in our practices. And if you aren't tracking this, then we need to have another conversation about that. Maybe I'll make another TikTok on outcomes conversations. But what we want to do is instead of saying, I help people with trauma, I do EMDR for anxiety, you can talk about from the perspective of many of my clients report quieter mornings, less fatigue, more connection in their relationships. Or you could say something like, my hope for you is that with our work together, you will experience a way to repair your relationships without a blow up happening, a way for you to feel more confident when you're going into that meeting, whatever the case may be, right? Look at the outcomes that you're getting with your current clients and infuse them into the message so that future clients can get an idea of what it could look like, instilling hope. It's just talking about the possibility. It's not making a guarantee and it's not making a promise. You can be crystal clear and be ethical. In fact, I would say the only guarantee you need to make is I guarantee that if what we're doing isn't working, that I will pivot my interventions until we find something that does work, or I will refer you to someone who is a better fit. You can make that guarantee. I would love to hear in the comments below, what is the transformational value of therapy with you? What happens when people work with you? What are you seeing? And start talking about it in your marketing.